This is a video tutorial on how to complete the base 10 block creation assignment for today. The instructions are to drag the base 10 blocks over to the math mat to build your creation. Create a shoe using exactly 19 base 10 blocks. The total value of the base 10 blocks you should use be more than 350 but less than 450. The value of the unit is 1. So what I have to do is first plan out that I'm going to use 19 base 10 blocks and the value has to be more than 350 but less than 450. So I'm going to start out with some hundreds, make a nice large shoe by just dragging and dropping them to the mat. So my value so far is 300 and I've used 3 base 10 blocks. Now I'm going to start working with some 10s. I'm going to place some 10s on top of them. And I'm just using my imagination. I know a shoe is kind of like a rectangle. I'm going to keep placing some 10 strips or 10 blocks over. If you want it to be the other side, you have to click on the arrow with your finger and drag it over to make it vertical. And I'm going to put one on this side. Kind of have to play around with it a little bit. It does not need to be perfect. This is just a fun activity. So now I have 300 and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 10s. 8 times 10 would be 80. So now I have 300 plus 80. So now I have 380. So I have between 350 and 340, but I've only used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 blocks. And it's asking me to use 19. So now I'm going to go to my ones and I'm going to start creating the laces or the Velcro on the shoe using 8 more blocks. So I'm going to put 2 base 10 blocks there for Velcro. And if it goes to the back, you might need to move this over and click on this block and say bring to front. So when I put this block back on it, it brings that blue block up to the front. So here's another Velcro. Oh, it's doing the same thing. I'm just going to right click on it, bring to front, and bring this block to the front. So now when I put this over it, the blue squares are on top. These are unit values of 1. Last ones, same thing's happening. So I'm going to drag them over, right click, bring to front, and bring to front. When I put this on top, so using your imagination, this could possibly look like a shoe. I might want to move the Velcros or the laces closer together. And the last thing we want to do is check to make sure we have between the value of 350 and 450, and I used exactly 19 base 10 blocks. So I have 300 blocks, which equals 300. I have 8 10 blocks, which equals 80, and I actually only have 6, so I need to add 2 more. That's why we check over our work. So I need 2 more base 10 blocks, or little 1 unit blocks, to make sure I have all of mine. So I'm going to move these over here. And now I have 8 1 blocks. 8 plus 8 plus 3 will give me 19. So I have the correct amount of blocks, and my value is 388. So once I have my creation, I go to the next slide, and it's asking me how many of each block did I use. I've used 300 blocks, I've used 8 10 blocks, and I've used 8 1s blocks. Next, it's asking me what is the total value of your math creation. Show your thinking using numbers or words. So I'm going to say 300. I used 3 100 blocks, comma, 8 10 blocks, and 8 1 blocks for a total of 388